Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most profound impacts of practicing gratitude is its ability to completely shift your mindset. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with messages about what we don't have, whether it's material possessions, status, or success, it's easy to get caught up in feelings of lack or dissatisfaction. We start to focus on what's missing in our lives, believing that we need more to be happy or fulfilled. When you practice gratitude, you actively choose to change this narrative. You begin to shift your focus from what's missing to what's already present in your life. This shift isn't just about a change in perspective. It's a powerful transformation in the way you approach every aspect of your life. Gratitude teaches us to notice the small things, the people who support us, the progress we've made, the beauty in our surroundings, and the little moments of joy that often go unnoticed. It moves us away from a scarcity mindset, the belief that there's never enough, and nurtures an abundance mindset, the belief that there is plenty to be thankful for. This shift from scarcity to abundance can be life-changing. When you focus on what you already have, you begin to feel more fulfilled, more grounded, and more content with your circumstances. Instead of feeling like you're constantly striving to get ahead, gratitude helps you realize that you're already on your path. You don't need to wait until you've reached some distant milestone to feel happy or successful. You can appreciate your journey right now in this moment. Additionally, this change in mindset encourages personal growth. When you look at the world through the lens of gratitude, you become more open to learning, more accepting of challenges, and more willing to grow from your experiences. For instance, rather than seeing a setback as a failure, gratitude allows you to view it as an opportunity for growth. Instead of feeling defeated by mistakes, you can embrace them as valuable lessons that move you closer to your goals. In this way, gratitude doesn't just make you feel good, it transforms how you approach life's obstacles. You begin to see them not as insurmountable problems, but as part of your evolution. When your mindset is rooted in gratitude, every challenge becomes an opportunity for self-improvement, making you not only more resilient, but also more confident in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. One of the most profound ways gratitude impacts motivation is by transforming your perspective on success. In our fast-paced, goal-driven culture, it's easy to fall into the trap of constantly chasing the next milestone, always focusing on what's still left to be done. This never-enough mindset can leave you feeling unsatisfied and disconnected from your own progress. However, when you make gratitude a regular practice, it shifts the lens through which you view success. Rather than solely focusing on what you have yet to accomplish, gratitude helps you become more mindful of the progress you've made, the growth you've experienced, and the accomplishments you've achieved, no matter how big or small. This shift in focus not only cultivates a deeper sense of fulfillment, but also empowers you to approach your future goals with a more positive, balanced, and sustainable mindset. Gratitude encourages you to celebrate the journey rather than just the destination. Often we think of success only in terms of the end result, getting the promotion, launching the business, or finishing the project. But this narrow view can make success feel fleeting and conditional, leaving you unsatisfied even when you reach your goals. Gratitude, however, shifts the focus to the incremental progress you've made along the way. For example, rather than waiting until you've achieved your ultimate goal to feel successful, gratitude encourages you to take stock of the smaller victories, completing a difficult task, learning a new skill, or overcoming a challenge. These are all signs of success in their own right, and gratitude allows you to appreciate them as part of the process. This mindset shift is empowering because it creates a sense of fulfillment throughout the journey, rather than relying on an elusive future outcome to define your success. Each step forward, no matter how small, becomes an achievement worth appreciating. This makes success feel more abundant and accessible, and in turn, boosts your motivation to keep going. Gratitude also helps to combat the paralyzing effects of perfectionism, the belief that success is only valid when it's flawless or complete. Perfectionism can be a major hindrance to motivation, because it leads to unrealistic expectations and constant dissatisfaction with progress. No matter how much you accomplish, you may still feel like it's never enough or that it isn't perfect. However, practicing gratitude shifts this perspective. It allows you to embrace progress over perfection. Gratitude helps you acknowledge that success isn't about achieving an idealized version of a goal, but about taking consistent, meaningful steps forward. When you appreciate where you are in the process, you reduce the pressure of perfectionism and instead focus on the growth and effort involved in your journey. For instance, if you're working toward a long-term goal, gratitude can help you appreciate the learning process, the new skills you've developed, and the personal growth you've experienced, even if the final result isn't yet perfect. This mindset allows you to feel good about your progress rather than getting stuck in a cycle of self-criticism and frustration. Gratitude also plays a critical role in fostering contentment with your current achievements. Often, when we focus only on what we don't have or what we still need to achieve, we fail to appreciate the success we've already attained. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, frustration, and burnout. When you practice gratitude, you intentionally shift your focus to what you've already accomplished. You start to recognize that even if your goals aren't fully realized, you've already made significant progress. This can be incredibly empowering as it reduces feelings of lack and increases feelings of abundance. For example, let's say you're building a business. You may not have reached your financial goals yet, but gratitude allows you to acknowledge the hard work, the growth in your customer base, and the improvements you've made in your product or service. By recognizing these achievements, you reinforce a positive view of your progress, helping you feel more fulfilled along the way. This contentment doesn't mean complacency or stopping short of your goals. It simply means recognizing and appreciating where you are, which fuels your motivation to keep going. Gratitude also helps you shift your definition of success from external markers such as wealth, status, or approval to more internal measures like personal growth, fulfillment, and alignment with your values. While external successes can certainly be motivating, they can also be fleeting and subjective. Gratitude, however, brings you back to your internal sense of success. When you focus on what you're grateful for, such as your health, relationships, personal development, or the ability to make a positive impact, you begin to define success in terms of self-fulfillment and meaning. These internal measures of success are more stable and lasting, as they are less dependent on external circumstances or others' opinions. For example, if you're grateful for the skills you've gained through your efforts, the knowledge you've accumulated, or the relationships you've built, you begin to see that success is about more than just reaching a destination. It's about becoming the person who is capable of achieving those goals and living in alignment with your true purpose. When you practice gratitude, you're more likely to maintain a balanced approach to success. Instead of feeling pressured to achieve more and more, gratitude allows you to take a step back and appreciate that success doesn't have to come at the cost of your well-being. Gratitude fosters an appreciation for the present moment, which can be a powerful antidote to the stress and burnout often associated with pursuing success. By focusing on what you've already accomplished, you gain a sense of peace and contentment, which creates a more sustainable motivation to keep working toward your goals. Finally, gratitude helps you develop emotional resilience in the face of setbacks. It's easy to feel discouraged when things don't go as planned, but gratitude allows you to view challenges and failures as part of the process rather than as signs of failure. This ability to view obstacles through a lens of gratitude makes it easier to stay motivated when things don't go as expected, helping you recover more quickly and continue pushing forward with a positive mindset. By practicing gratitude daily, you begin to rewire your brain. Neuroscientific research shows that expressing gratitude activates regions of the brain associated with happiness, and with regular practice, this can lead to long-term positive changes in your mind. In essence, gratitude doesn't just help you appreciate what you have, it helps you appreciate how far you've come, what you've already achieved, and who you are becoming along the way. This mindset of abundance and appreciation not only makes life feel richer and more rewarding, but it also empowers you to keep striving for even greater things, knowing that you already have everything you need within you to succeed. Gratitude plays a crucial role in this process. When you practice gratitude regularly, it rewires the way you respond to hardship. Instead of getting stuck in feelings of frustration, helplessness, or defeat when things go wrong, gratitude shifts your perspective to see challenges through a more constructive lens. When faced with difficulty, we often tend to focus on the negative aspects, the pain, the loss, the frustration. But gratitude doesn't deny the reality of those feelings. Instead, it offers a way to balance them. It encourages us to also look for the silver linings. By focusing on gratitude, we become better equipped to handle adversity because we start to recognize that difficult moments are part of the larger tapestry of life, a necessary component of our personal evolution. When we can appreciate the lessons that come from hardship, we stop seeing it as something to avoid or fear. Instead, we understand that challenges, setbacks, and failures are often the very things that shape our character and deepen our wisdom. Gratitude also helps us stay grounded during tough times. It reminds us of what we still have, even when we feel like we've lost something. Whether it's our health, a support system of friends or family, or just the simple fact that we woke up today, gratitude helps us remember that there's always something worth appreciating. This helps us maintain a sense of hope, even in difficult moments. Moreover, gratitude strengthens our emotional resilience by fostering a sense of optimism and hope. Research has shown that people who regularly practice gratitude tend to be more optimistic about the future, and this sense of hope is crucial when navigating. In addition, gratitude helps us build emotional and psychological strength by enhancing our sense of connectedness. When we are grateful for the support of others, for the relationships that sustain us, we recognize that we don't have to face life's challenges alone. It's also important to recognize that gratitude is not a passive state of mind, it's an active choice. The more we choose gratitude, the more we strengthen our ability to stay resilient. In moments of adversity, we can either choose to focus on what's wrong, or we can choose to focus on what's still right, on the lessons we're learning, and on the strength we're building. The more we practice this, the more resilient we become. Gratitude, in essence, is not just about being thankful for the good things in life. It's about recognizing the value in every experience, no matter how challenging it may seem at first. It's about understanding that hardship, while painful, is also an integral part of our growth. When we approach life with gratitude, we are better prepared to face adversity head-on, knowing that we can overcome whatever comes our way. As a result, gratitude doesn't just help us survive hard times, it helps us thrive despite them. It strengthens our emotional fortitude, deepens our self-awareness, and builds the kind of mental resilience that allows us to keep moving forward with purpose, even when the road ahead is tough. One of the most remarkable aspects of practicing gratitude is how it creates a positive feedback loop in our lives, a cycle where gratitude fuels positivity, and positivity, in turn, amplifies our sense of gratitude. This process is powerful because it isn't just a one-time shift, but something that snowballs over time, creating momentum that leads to lasting change in how we experience life. At the heart of this cycle is the simple act of noticing and appreciating the small things. Whether it's a kind word from a friend, a quiet moment of peace in a hectic day, or a personal achievement, taking the time to reflect on and express gratitude for these things shifts our focus away from what we lack and toward what we already have. This shift is critical because as human beings, we are wired to notice problems or things that aren't working, often overlooking the good that's happening around us. But when we deliberately choose to focus on gratitude, we rewire our brain to actively look for the positive in our daily lives. This act of noticing the good creates an immediate sense of happiness and contentment. When you recognize something in your life that you're grateful for, whether it's a moment of joy, a connection with someone, or something that brings you comfort, you experience a burst of positive emotion. This feeling of appreciation not only makes you feel good in the moment, but it also has long-lasting effects on your mood and outlook. Now, here's where the positive feedback loop kicks in. The more we focus on the things we're grateful for, the more we begin to notice them. Gratitude becomes like a lens that filters our experiences, making it easier to see the good in every situation. Over time, this heightened awareness leads to an overall sense of increased happiness and optimism. As we start appreciating the small moments in our lives, we begin to feel more positive about the future and more confident in our ability to handle whatever challenges come our way. This cycle of positivity is self-reinforcing. When we feel good, we're more likely to take actions that sustain that feeling. We become more motivated, more open to new opportunities, and more likely to engage in behaviors that promote our well-being, whether that's taking care of our health, investing in relationships, or pursuing our personal and professional goals. This, in turn, brings more positive experiences into our lives, which we can then appreciate and be grateful for. The more grateful we are, the more positivity we cultivate. The more positivity we experience, the more grateful we become. For example, think about a day when you wake up feeling thankful. You might start your morning by appreciating the comfort of your bed, the warmth of your coffee, or the beauty of the sunlight streaming through your window. This appreciation immediately boosts your mood, which may make you more patient and kind throughout the day. You might smile at a colleague, give an extra effort on a project, or simply enjoy the present moment. As a result, you encounter more positive interactions and experiences that reinforce your feelings of gratitude, making you feel even more uplifted and connected to the world around you. The impact of this cycle isn't just limited to fleeting moments of happiness, it has long-term effects on your overall emotional and psychological well-being. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude report higher levels of life satisfaction, improved physical health, and better relationships. Gratitude, by creating this positive feedback loop, becomes an antidote to negativity and stress, helping us stay focused on what's good, even when life is challenging. Over time, this cycle of positivity can reshape our entire worldview. It creates a mindset where we expect the best, where we naturally look for solutions instead of problems, and where we're more likely to experience joy in the small, everyday moments. Gratitude encourages us to see abundance rather than scarcity, opportunity rather than obstacles, and connection rather than isolation. We begin to feel more in control of our happiness and more empowered to create the life we desire. In essence, the more you focus on gratitude, the more it multiplies in your life. As you begin to appreciate the small blessings, you open yourself to greater happiness, deeper relationships, and more meaningful experiences. And as you cultivate more positivity, you become even more attuned to the abundance that already exists in your life. It's a cycle that perpetuates itself, feeding back into itself in a way that magnifies both your sense of gratitude and your overall well-being. This positive feedback loop isn't just about feeling good in the moment, it's about creating a foundation for a lifetime of happiness, resilience, and growth. It's about shifting your mindset to see the potential for goodness in every situation and understanding that every small act of gratitude contributes to building a more positive, fulfilling life. So when you start your day with gratitude or take a moment to appreciate something simple and meaningful, know that you are not just enhancing your mood in that instant. You are creating a chain reaction of positivity that will ripple through your life, strengthening your resilience, increasing your joy, and propelling you forward in your personal journey. One of the most profound effects of practicing gratitude is its ability to significantly boost emotional well-being. And this impact goes far beyond just fleeting moments of happiness. In fact, research consistently shows that gratitude is linked to a reduction in negative emotions such as stress, anxiety, and depression, while simultaneously increasing feelings of contentment, joy, and overall emotional balance. When we make gratitude a part of our daily lives, it can truly transform our emotional landscape, helping us manage our emotions more effectively and fostering a deeper sense of inner peace. At its core, gratitude helps shift the focus away from negative emotions, which can be incredibly draining. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get swept up in stress and anxiety. We are often fixated on problems, what's going wrong, or what's still lacking in our lives. These kinds of thoughts can trigger the body's stress response, releasing cortisol, the hormone associated with stress, which, if left unchecked, can negatively affect both our mental and physical health. However, when we intentionally practice gratitude, we activate the opposite side of our emotional spectrum. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, we begin to focus on what's right in our lives. This shift in focus has a powerful, calming effect on the mind. Gratitude activates areas of the brain associated with positive emotions and feelings of safety, triggering a sense of relaxation and emotional regulation. The more we practice this, the more our brain gets trained to seek out positivity, reducing the frequency and intensity of negative emotional states. Gratitude helps break the cycle of worry. Worry and anxiety often arise from the fear of the unknown or the tendency to catastrophize future events. But gratitude anchors us in the present moment. When we reflect on what we're thankful for, we stop obsessing over what could go wrong and begin to recognize the things that are already good in our lives. This simple but profound shift in perspective helps us feel more secure, grounded, and less overwhelmed by future uncertainties. Research also suggests that people who practice gratitude regularly experience lower levels of anxiety and depression. In one study, individuals who kept a gratitude journal reported fewer symptoms of anxiety and depression compared to those who focused on negative or neutral aspects of their day. The process of consciously writing down things you're thankful for encourages a more balanced and positive view of life, which can significantly reduce emotional distress. Moreover, gratitude helps us feel more connected to others, which is a key component of emotional well-being. When we express gratitude to the people around us, whether it's for their support, kindness, or simply their presence, we deepen our relationships and strengthen our social bonds. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and feeling connected to others is essential for maintaining mental health. Gratitude encourages us to see and appreciate the good in those around us, fostering a sense of belonging and emotional support. This, in turn, can buffer against feelings of loneliness, isolation, and emotional burnout. Another powerful aspect of gratitude is its ability to promote self-compassion. When we practice gratitude, we don't just recognize the good in others, we also begin to recognize and appreciate our own efforts and strengths. We learn to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, which is particularly important when we make mistakes or face challenges. Instead of being overly critical or hard on ourselves, gratitude allows us to acknowledge our growth, celebrate small victories, and accept ourselves with greater compassion. This self-compassion not only reduces feelings of guilt or shame, but also fosters a deeper sense of emotional stability. Gratitude also helps us develop a more balanced emotional range. Rather than being locked into extremes, either elated or frustrated, optimistic or despairing, grateful people tend to experience a more consistent sense of emotional well-being. They are better able to regulate their emotions, bouncing back from difficult situations with greater ease. This emotional balance is essential for maintaining long-term mental health. Instead of constantly riding the roller coaster of highs and lows, gratitude helps us find a steady baseline of contentment and peace. Increased emotional health through gratitude isn't just about feeling better in the short term, it also has long-term benefits. People who regularly express gratitude tend to have a greater sense of life satisfaction. They are more likely to report feeling content with their lives and optimistic about their future. This overall sense of contentment comes not from achieving specific goals or accumulating material possessions, but from cultivating a mindset that appreciates what's already present. When we focus on what's good, we stop taking things for granted and start to see the richness in our lives that we might have overlooked before. Finally, gratitude is a form of emotional resilience. It helps us recover from setbacks more quickly by encouraging us to find meaning and growth in difficult experiences. When things don't go as planned, instead of focusing solely on what went wrong, gratitude allows us to reflect on what we can learn from the situation or how we can grow as individuals. This capacity to turn challenges into opportunities for learning is a cornerstone of emotional well-being. In essence, practicing gratitude helps us create a foundation of emotional well-being that is less dependent on external circumstances and more rooted in our internal mindset. At its core, gratitude is a powerful stress reliever. Stress often arises from a feeling of being overwhelmed, constantly dealing with external pressures, or worrying about things that are out of our control. In moments of stress, we can become consumed by our anxieties and negative thoughts, which trigger the body's fight or flight response. This increases the production of cortisol, the hormone responsible for stress. Prolonged high levels of cortisol can be harmful to both our mental and physical health. When we practice gratitude, we break this cycle of stress and anxiety. By taking time each day to reflect on the things we are grateful for, we create a mental shift that calms the nervous system. Gratitude helps us refocus our energy from worry and fear toward appreciation and acceptance. This shift reduces the body's production of stress hormones and instead fosters the release of feel-good neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin, which are associated with positive emotions and emotional regulation. For example, even in the middle of a stressful situation, pausing for a moment of gratitude, such as thinking about a supportive friend or the simple comforts of home, can help lower your body's stress response. This moment of appreciation creates a buffer against the overwhelming feelings of anxiety, allowing you to approach the situation with more calmness and clarity. Gratitude is particularly effective in alleviating negative emotions like anger, resentment, and frustration. Often these feelings arise when we perceive ourselves as lacking something, whether it's a desire for recognition, a material possession, or a certain outcome. When we focus on what we don't have, it breeds dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Gratitude, however, acts as an emotional antidote to these feelings. When we take time to reflect on the things we are grateful for, we shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Instead of ruminating on what is wrong or missing in our lives, gratitude encourages us to focus on what is going well, what is positive, and what we already have. This shift not only helps to reduce the intensity of negative emotions, but also allows us to respond to situations with greater emotional maturity. Instead of reacting with frustration or irritation, we can respond with calm, patience, and understanding because we recognize the many good things we still have, even when things don't go as planned. In this way, gratitude serves as a tool for emotional self-regulation. By practicing gratitude regularly, we build the emotional resilience to face life's challenges with a more grounded perspective. Even during difficult times, we are better able to identify the positive aspects in our lives, which can help us feel more centered and emotionally balanced. The practice of gratitude has a direct impact on our emotional outlook, contributing to overall emotional health and increasing feelings of contentment. When we express gratitude, we actively seek out and acknowledge the good in our lives, which has a profound effect on our mood. Over time, this positive habit of focusing on the good increases our baseline level of happiness and overall satisfaction with life. Research has shown that people who regularly engage in gratitude practices experience higher levels of positive emotions, including joy, optimism, and love. Gratitude helps us tune into the present moment, to savor small joys, and to recognize the beauty and blessings that surround us. As we continue to express thanks for the things we have, whether it's our health, our relationships, or even simple pleasures like a beautiful sunset or a quiet moment of solitude, we begin to feel more satisfied with our lives as a whole. This shift toward a greater sense of contentment is powerful because it's not dependent on achieving external goals or acquiring material possessions. Instead, it comes from within, rooted in the awareness that regardless of what's happening in the external world, we can find peace and happiness by cultivating an attitude of gratitude. This inner contentment provides a solid foundation for emotional well-being, helping us feel more fulfilled and less driven by a constant need for external validation. Gratitude not only improves our emotional state in the moment, but it also promotes long-term emotional stability. People who practice gratitude consistently tend to experience more emotional balance, characterized by the ability to navigate life's ups and downs with resilience and grace. Instead of being thrown off course by every setback or disappointment, gratitude helps us build a more resilient mindset. For example, when faced with challenges, a grateful mindset helps us view setbacks not as catastrophes, but as opportunities for learning and growth. We learn to appreciate the lessons that come with difficulty, which fosters emotional maturity and a more balanced approach to life. Gratitude helps us stay grounded, even during moments of emotional turbulence, by reminding us of the things that truly matter and giving us the emotional strength to persevere. Another important aspect of gratitude's impact on emotional well-being is its ability to strengthen social bonds. When we express gratitude toward others, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a colleague, we deepen our relationships and increase feelings of trust, warmth, and emotional connection. These strengthened social connections provide emotional support, which is crucial for mental health. Gratitude also makes us more empathetic as we become more attuned to the feelings and needs of those around us. By recognizing and appreciating the positive impact others have on our lives, we open ourselves up to giving and receiving love in more meaningful ways. This increased empathy not only improves our relationships, but also boosts our emotional well-being by fostering a sense of belonging and community. Finally, gratitude can help foster a deeper sense of self-compassion. By practicing gratitude, we become more aware of our own strengths and positive qualities. Instead of constantly criticizing ourselves or focusing on our perceived flaws, we begin to acknowledge our progress and achievements. We learn to appreciate ourselves just as much as we appreciate others. This practice of self-gratitude promotes a healthier, more positive self-image, which is essential for maintaining emotional well-being. In conclusion, gratitude is a transformative force for emotional health. It helps reduce stress and anxiety, alleviates negative emotions, and enhances overall happiness and contentment. By regularly practicing gratitude, we shift our focus from scarcity to abundance, increase our emotional resilience, and foster deeper connections with others. Gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion, it is a lifelong practice that nurtures emotional well-being, creating a more balanced, joyful, and fulfilled life. One of the most powerful and often overlooked effects of practicing gratitude is how it acts as a fuel for motivation. When you cultivate an attitude of gratitude, especially for the progress you've already made, it has an energizing impact on your drive and determination to move forward. Gratitude helps you build positive momentum, creating a psychological environment where motivation thrives and propels you toward new goals, challenges, and accomplishments. Gratitude is especially motivating when you take the time to reflect on and celebrate your past achievements. It's easy to get caught up in the cycle of always striving for the next big thing without taking a moment to appreciate how far you've come. Yet when you look back on your journey with gratitude, acknowledging the hard work, the perseverance, and the successes you've already had, it reinforces the belief that you are capable of achieving great things. This act of appreciation doesn't just make you feel good in the moment, it provides a sense of accomplishment and confidence that can drive you forward. When you recognize that you've already overcome obstacles, solved problems, and reached milestones, you increase your belief in your own abilities. Gratitude helps you see that progress is not always immediate or linear, but that every step forward, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. This feeling of achievement and self-affirmation boosts your motivation, making it easier to take on new challenges with renewed energy and enthusiasm. When pursuing long-term goals, setbacks and challenges are inevitable. It's easy to feel discouraged or defeated when progress feels slow or when you face obstacles that seem insurmountable. However, practicing gratitude can shift your focus from feelings of frustration or failure to the possibilities and opportunities ahead. Instead of getting caught up in what hasn't worked, gratitude allows you to appreciate the progress you've made, the lessons you've learned, and the skills you've developed. By regularly reflecting on the positive aspects of your journey, you train your mind to focus on what's working rather than what's not. This positive mindset shift helps you stay motivated and forward-focused, even in the face of adversity. Rather than seeing challenges as roadblocks, you begin to see them as stepping stones, each one offering valuable lessons and insights that contribute to your overall growth. Gratitude nurtures this ability to embrace obstacles as opportunities, reigniting your motivation to keep pushing forward. Gratitude can also fuel your resilience, which is a key component of sustained motivation. When you're grateful for your past experiences, including the hardships you've overcome, you develop a sense of emotional fortitude that empowers you to tackle future challenges with confidence. Each time you reflect on the difficult moments you've navigated successfully, it reinforces your ability to bounce back from setbacks. This builds psychological resilience, which is essential for staying motivated over the long term. Motivation isn't always about instant results, it's about staying persistent through the highs and lows. When you appreciate how far you've come, you're less likely to let setbacks deter you from your goals. Gratitude encourages a long-term perspective that values growth and progress rather than perfection. This allows you to stay focused and committed, even when the going gets tough. Gratitude is also a potent source of positive energy that propels you toward future goals. When you take time to acknowledge and be thankful for what you've already achieved, you generate a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment that increases your overall motivation. This sense of well-being and contentment doesn't make you complacent, it fuels your desire to achieve even more. When you feel grateful for what you have and what you've done, you naturally want to continue improving, growing, and achieving. Gratitude doesn't breed complacency, it ignites a desire for continued growth and new accomplishments. You don't rest on your laurels, but rather use the energy generated by gratitude to propel yourself forward into new challenges and opportunities. You begin to see every new goal as an exciting opportunity to continue the journey of self-improvement and personal growth. Gratitude also encourages positive self-reflection, which is a critical aspect of maintaining motivation. When you take the time to acknowledge the strengths, skills, and qualities you've developed along the way, you begin to realize that you have the inner resources to keep moving forward. This reflection builds a sense of self-efficacy, the belief that you can accomplish what you set out to do. Gratitude helps you see yourself as capable and resilient, even in the face of uncertainty or difficulty. For instance, after completing a major project or achieving a significant milestone, expressing gratitude for your efforts can deepen your connection to your sense of purpose. This reflection often brings a sense of pride, which in turn motivates you to pursue your next challenge with the same dedication and passion. Gratitude reinforces your commitment to your goals by reminding you of your potential and past successes. Gratitude is intricately tied to the growth mindset, which is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort, perseverance, and learning. When you practice gratitude, you start seeing every experience as an opportunity to grow, whether it's a victory or a failure. This mindset is incredibly motivating because it allows you to embrace challenges and setbacks as part of the learning process. Instead of feeling defeated by failure, you approach it with curiosity, looking for the lessons it offers. You recognize that each failure is simply a stepping stone on the way to success. Gratitude reinforces this growth mindset by encouraging you to value progress over perfection, learning over instant results, and effort over ease. As you reflect on what you've already accomplished, gratitude reminds you that your past growth is proof that continued progress is possible. This motivates you to keep going, knowing that every step is contributing to your evolution. Finally, expressing gratitude can be an incredibly motivating force not only for you, but for those around you. When you show appreciation for the support, effort, and contributions of others, it reinforces their own motivation to continue helping you, collaborating with you, and achieving shared goals. Gratitude fosters a culture of positivity and encouragement where everyone feels valued and inspired to contribute their best work. In a team or collaborative environment, gratitude becomes a motivator by acknowledging the efforts of each individual, helping them feel recognized and appreciated. This creates a positive feedback loop of mutual support, where motivation is shared, multiplied, and sustained.